The stock market is rallying and creating new all-time highs. And stocks have been moving 100% in a couple weeks just because President Trump said buy. I'm a professional engineer with 5+ years experience and I've been day trading and investing in the market for 4 years. In this video, I'm going to be going over the stocks that I'm watching this coming week and the key economic events you need to pay attention to so that you can take advantage of opportunities to make money in the market. Let's start off this video by showing you the average return on a monthly basis for the S&P 500 for the past 25 years. As you can see notably here that June tends to be a flat month. So now that you're seeing the market push higher and make new highs, will this continue? We don't know. That's why I'm making these videos on a weekly basis to update you and keep you informed of what's happening in the market. And on a daily basis, I'll be updating those in my free Discord community. You can join using the link in the description. Now, in terms of the economic calendar, we have a busy week ahead, but what I want us to pay attention to here are mainly Wednesday, which is the non-farm employment change data, and we have ISM services and the US Treasury Secretary is also speaking on Wednesday, June the 3rd. And another day you want to pay attention to is Friday, June 5th at 8:30 a.m. We have unemployment rate and big unemployment data being reported as well. So yes, we have a busy week. Almost every day we have economic reports, but Wednesday and Friday are the big days. So you want to manage your expectations and size your positions accordingly, knowing what environment we are going into. The trend is that over the past 25 years, June doesn't tend to move much. So where we open on Monday is very important. Something that is not on the economic calendar is that NVIDIA is having a conference in Taiwan on Sunday, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe this would move NVIDIA up or down. We don't know the direction. If it's great news regarding AI compute, AI infrastructure, and more, the market will react and NVIDIA would push the market higher. If it's not good and it doesn't meet expectations, we could see continuation of what happened on Friday as well. I'll be showing you my charts, what I'm looking for, and what setups I want to see happen and how I'm going to trade it. Earnings reports are also important. You want to know which companies are reporting. As of this week, I only care about two names, which is CrowdStrike and Broadcom, AVGO. Crowd is a leader in the cybersecurity tech space, and Broadcom is also a good semiconductor name you want to pay attention to. Now, let's go over the charts. I have 10 stocks I'm going to be going over, so make sure you stick around and watch the video. And if you like it, please leave a comment and also a thumbs up so that I can continue making these videos for you. On SPY, I want to see if we can continue to build just like last week, where I said I was watching to see if we would get above this high from Thursday last week and then build and continue into 750 and above. Now, this week, I want to see if we manage to build above 758, we have room to 760 and even 766. If we manage to break below 754.67 on SPY, we have room to come back down here, retest, and I want to see if we then hold and then push higher and get up to 760. If we're not able to hold this 748 level, we have two gaps here at 745.59 and 742.75. If we end up failing this 742.75 level, I would reevaluate, but there would be room down to 731 if the market wants to sell aggressively. If we get bad news regarding US and Iran and the peace deal, we could see a strong move down. If we don't have strong data, we could also see the market react to this. So that's what I'm watching on SPY. Now let's look at QQQ. On QQQ, similar thing here. I would like to see if we're going to continue to form new highs. That means basing above 741.63 to continue into 745 and even 750 before any major correction happens in the market. But if we happen to fail 732 at any point this coming week, we have so much room down to 724 and even 722. If 722 fails, there are two gap levels I'll be keeping an eye on, which is 717.43 and 714.45. That's what I'm watching on QQQ. I would be looking to play the breakdown to fill this gap if 722 happens to fail this coming week. You can trade 717 call put options to the downside, and as for the upside, you're looking to see if 733 even holds on any pullback, and then we can look to take the trade to the upside. Now, individual names. Microsoft is one that is waking up. On Friday, we saw it finally break out of this long-term downtrend and consolidation that we have here. We've been seeing Microsoft do nothing since January. It's been just chopping around and in a downtrend, but it spent a lot of time from April to the end of May forming a base. Now on Microsoft, what am I watching? I want to see if Microsoft can continue to hold above this 742.50 level and continue to build. If it holds above this level, you can look for continuation to the upside next week, as long as Microsoft is able to hold about 450.37 right here. Be mindful of the 200-day moving average. This is where you might see some resistance. You can also see it has higher time frame resistance level at 462 as well. So once it's able to get above the 200-day moving average, get above 462, there is a massive gap to be filled on Microsoft here at 481.72. With NVIDIA's conference and the good news we had on Friday, I wouldn't be surprised if this name just keeps running next week. So what level am I paying attention to? I want to see price hold above 462 to be comfortable taking trades to the upside. As you can see, you have almost a 20-point move to fill this gap. Next name on the list is NVIDIA. NVIDIA has a conference, but something happened on Friday that had a lot of people talking. NVIDIA found support on Wednesday, and continued to grind higher. On Friday, it met previous supports that turned resistance. As you can see here, we have this previous support levels that turned resistance, and NVIDIA traded up into there, and then we saw massive selling. Now, when I was looking into it, two things may have happened. It could have been end of month portfolio rebalancing, where there was a sell order waiting there and it was executed right before close that caused this flush. Or it could just be that, yes, NVIDIA is not done selling yet. So what am I watching for? I'm watching to see if NVIDIA will continue lower, break below this support it found on Wednesday, which is 208.83s, I believe, and come down into 206.50. 206.50 is another higher time frame support level that I believe buyers will start to buy aggressively. If we have good news on Sunday evening from NVIDIA's conference, you could see this name probably gap up. And once it gets above this 218.49 level, NVIDIA has room to 220 and even 227.40. That's what I'm watching on NVIDIA. For upside trades, I wanted to get above 218.49 first, because we have seen once here that is showing you that sellers are waiting. It's showing you that sellers are waiting here and sellers are waiting here. So you want to clear above that area before looking to buy again. AMD is another name I have on my list, and I'm watching. This name has continued to show so much strength. What am I watching for? I want to see if AMD is going to be able to at least give us a pullback into this higher time frame support level, which is also a gap fill area, 467.51. If buyers start to step up there, AMD could then reverse and then make new highs. If this 467.51 fails, AMD also has a gap to fill right here at 449.56. So that's something that I'm going to be watching as well. If it fails that level, we can if it fails this 467.51, we can look for AMD to also come down and fill this gap that it has right here. Buying AMD at these levels is tough to do because this name is extended towards the upside. I want to see if we pull back and buyers start to step up again. It's due for a pullback. I'm just watching this area, 467 for buyers, or even 449 for buyers to step up again. If it ends up failing 449.56, AMD has room down to 413 to also fill another gap it created. Next name on the list is Apple. Apple has been moving up nicely, doing all we want it to do, but now this name is showing signs of slowing down. I would like to see if Apple is able to pull back and give us a nice opportunity for buyers to come back and truly test this move. If Apple is able to pull back into 303 level, see if buyers step in and then take this name higher to revisit 315s. I don't think Apple is done quite yet, but I'm waiting for this pullback. I want to see 303 hold. If 303 fails, then we have room to 300 and this 295 area. If 295 fails again, there's room down to 290. That's what I'm watching on Apple. Next name is Tesla. Tesla, this name has been trapping both buyers and sellers because of what? SpaceX is IPOing, I believe, on June 12th, and there's a lot of speculation around this name. I would like to see if Tesla is able to continue to hold the 428 level like it did on Friday. If Tesla fails 428, there's room down to 423.87. At this point, I truly believe that Tesla would most likely be stuck in this range for quite some time and will just continue to trap the buyers and the sellers. I'm not interested in this name until we are able to clear above 445, and then 450 could come, and even 453.40. So what we want to see on Tesla is a break above. We want to see a break above. I want to see 445.60 hold and a push into this area for a retest of 453.40. Then we can start talking about pushes into all-time highs. Then we can start talking about this push into all-time highs. But until 450 is able to even hold, forget about it for now. Anybody telling you that is just anticipating the move. Tesla right now is in a waiting state. Next name on the list is Meta. I want to talk about Meta because Meta has been showing signs of finding a base, and I want to see if Meta is able to sustain above 643. If 643 is able to hold on Meta, maybe able to break above it, you have confirmation that it's holding, buyers are stepping in, we can revisit this 200-day moving average, which will serve as resistance on this name. And you can see it's even close to its higher time frame objective of 469.91, which is a gap fill level. Now, if Meta comes back and breaks 625, it would come back into this horrible range that it was in for the past month or so. Not interested if Meta continues to do that. PLTR is another name that I believe most people missed. It spent months consolidating, and from February, spent time forming a base. Now, is it truly reversing? Is this name really reversing? We don't know, but it made a strong move on Friday from 145 to 158. It's approaching its main objective and resistance at 161, and you can see that 200-day moving average is going to serve as resistance as well. If it can get above this 162 level, there's room to into 165 and even 170s on Palantir if it wants to run. Rumor has it that President Trump has also said this is a good name, and you know what happens when he says something is a good name to buy. Last thing I want to talk about is oil. Oil finally broke down, but caution, it's at support, and it held higher time frame support on Friday. Now, if we see that this 126.55 is holding, we can start to see it form a base. Wouldn't really be interested in upside trades on oil until oil USO breaks above 133.82. Once it clears that, there's room to fill the gap at 136.99. Just call it 137 and start a reversal. But if it breaks below 126.55, there's room down to another support level of 123, I believe. Now, I'm going to be dropping these videos on a weekly basis just to show you what I'm watching, and I will be sharing in my free community as well on a daily basis, updating this so that you know how to navigate the market and you're not taking trades that have lower probability. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe so that you don't miss a video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.